the B race, my very first race of 2023. Let's see what happens. And this race, I did not come in with very much fitness. Very poor fitness, hadn't been riding much, got COVID, didn't ride for a while, so not coming into this feeling great. But let's see what happens. I think the best utility of this video is going to be what not to do. So, like for example, don't start at the back. If you can help it, start further up. Look how many guys are already ahead of me. A huge distance from back where I am all the way to the front. Don't let little gaps open up that you have to close up in the crosswind. So right now we're going into the headwind. There's a very strong headwind here. So very windy day. About maybe 16, 17 mile per hour headwind. Right in our faces. That's why everyone's riding behind each other. It's really strung out, single file here. Someone on the front's going pretty hard. Sometimes in these races, when you go into the headwind, no one wants to pull. And it all bunches up, but certainly not the case today. So this is kind of a somewhat vigorous first lap here. All right, so now we have a crosswind. The wind's coming from the right to the left, so the more sheltered place is going to be on the left. And here we see that the group, the impetus of the group has slowed down. So guy right there going up on the right side, another guy going up on the right side. And that's Jason on the right in the pack kit. And I believe this is, anyway. Here we are, and so still on the first lap here. And I don't last very long in this race. Just, I kind of wanted to save my energy for the next race, but also I didn't feel really good. So I do get dropped and pull off on this race, but let's just see what happens until then. Again, a little bit of a gap opening up as I get up to speed here. And when the group slows down, that's when you want to try to make up space, make up places here. So again, a strong wind today, and you can see the riders are mostly over towards the right because on the right side is where it is sheltered. So this guy says, right in front of me, he's like, I'm not in a sheltered spot. I'm going to move up. As long as I'm going to be in the wind, I might as well move up while everyone else is coasting. And of course me, I'm getting a free ride. So this is actually something that's good. I'm saving energy and making up a lot of places. That's good. I'm used a little bit more energy than the guys that are completely in a nice draft. And this guy tucks in, so now I'm in the wind a little bit. But there's a teammate on the left, and if I'd grabbed his wheel, I could be sheltered again right there. But here we are. It's a little bit of a crosswind into this turn and into the headwind. All right. And this is Lynn in front of me. I see that he's moving up. This is my former teammate. I used to be on this team pack for several years. Lynn's a good guy. And I see he's moving up, so catch a few rides. So it's, most of you guys who are watching this know that catching a free ride is a good thing. Do it when you can. So I guess there's a couple guys up ahead. And Lynn's pulling here, and I'm just getting a free ride. I don't really have any intention of trying to bridge up to those guys. If Lynn takes me up to those guys, great. If not, that's okay. And to be honest, when I was following Lynn, I was thinking, this is the one spot before I fall off this race that I might get in the video by another guy in the group that does YouTube videos. I think he was in the group. But anyway, I thought, I'll just follow Lynn, see what happens. Let's see. Again, I apologize. I didn't spend a lot of time syncing the power numbers with the timing. It's approximately right, but it's not going to be maybe it's within a second or two. And just looking at the numbers again, I forgot my heart rate monitor, so that's why there's no heart rate. The number on the left, MPA, refers to maximum power available. It's an exert metric. That's basically how much you have left in the tank. So according to exert right now, the maximum I have in the tank is 1300 watts, and that number falls as I go above FTP. I don't know what exert says my FTP is right now, but I think it's pretty low relative to my best. So Anytime I'm going over the FTP, that usually the MPA is falling. So we see some guys going off the front here, and I've held true to my word. I'm not going to do any work. And I'm still on Lin's wheel here. And Lin's all the way over to the right, so he doesn't want to give a draft to anyone. He's not, yeah, this is no draft to anyone, and I'm just falling back. Again, things not to do. Don't lose places when you don't have to, especially when the group's not going that hard. But right now I'm in a very sheltered position and not losing too many places. But I'm going to lose a lot of places. I know that because I pulled off from the back and the group breaks up. Typically, in a crit like this, any crit for that matter, when it's really windy, it's much more likely that a breakaway will be successful. When it's not windy, when there's zero wind, it's much less likely that a breakaway will be successful. I think at this point I was talking with Bran, who's on my right. Just a little bit of small talk, not necessarily advised. You need to be totally focused in a race because catastrophe could occur at any second. Here's Chisholm, the legend, on my left in the pack kit, the taller guy here, in the maroon colored Specialized bike. And this is Bran on his Chapter 2 Aqua bike. So we have 4 pack riders in front of me. So the guy furthest up on pack in the red kit on the right with the red bike, that's Mike. And Mike Stevens actually gets into the breakaway. Now, I don't have it on video where it happens because I wasn't anywhere. I may have dropped out by then. But pretty awesome that he made this breakaway. I think it was like 3 guys. And eventually another guy did a heroic attempt. It wasn't just an attempt, it was successful to bridge to those guys in the breakaway. But at that point, someone attacked from the group of 4 and went solo, and I think he was the guy that won. You can see that guys are going hard in the front. It's opening up here. There are very significant gaps going up here as we go into the tailwind. So sometimes a tailwind's a good time to attack because no one's getting a draft from you, or not much draft from you, even if they're on your wheel. Again, the sheltered side's going to be on the right as we go into this turn and into the crosswind. And yeah, this is what you don't want to do here. Get gapped. Big time gap here. Not really feeling it at this point. But anyway, Mike, he's like 100 years old. He got into the breakaway, got the guy attacked, and so there's 3 guys behind, including the guy, I think his name is Jordan, that he bridged up very impressively. And then it was a matter of whether the bunch, the main group, would catch that breakaway. And I thought it would have been pretty cool if Mike was on the podium. Old man Mike. On the team, we used to crack jokes about him having to get a ride back to the nursing home after the crit is over. Mike is not one for adulations. I think he likes to be on the podium, but it's funny, he kind of has a history of skipping the podium and other teammates having to stand in for the picture. So he's at least not into the social media part. But anyway, so yeah, again, this is where I am completely off the back. The group was going hard, and essentially the race is over for me. Oh yeah, I thought, I didn't realize these guys were behind me. I thought, maybe I'll get on their wheel. So I'll just try to slot in. Jason Bradbury on there on the right. A couple bikes ahead of me. And yeah, get on the sheltered side, slot in. What you don't want is to get gapped again. And what do? I get gapped again, so that's it for me, pretty much. Do I try to get back on? Maybe I got back on. I think that was it for me, or very shortly. So, do you have to win every race? Of course not. Most people don't win every race. Do you even have to be in the mix? No, you don't have to be in the mix. Is it a wasted opportunity to show up and just get dropped after a few laps? Not necessarily. you can learn a lot. You know, you can learn a little bit about your fitness, a lot about your fitness. You can say, you know, normally I should be easily able to roll with these guys, and it wasn't so easy. So um, my fitness compared to them, there's a gap, and I know what I have to do. I have to get a little bit faster, a lot faster, a lot fitter. So it was good to be out. Didn't crash. Stayed in one piece, and very windy, pretty evening. And a really big group, and I think it's going to be on fire this season at the Tuesday night crit. This being the only crit in town now. It used to be that there were as many as 4 crits, weeknight crits, in the DFW area, 3 in the Dallas area, and 1 in Fort Worth. That has now been pared back to just the 1 at the Tuesday night crit. So the Fair Park crit, King Racing crit, also called the Fair Park crit, presented by King Racing. This is the first year that it's no longer a venue because the venue was no longer available. So this is the 1 weeknight crit, and there's a lot of passion about 4 weeknight crits here in DFW with our history of having so many and for so many years, and the history of the Fair Park crit, etc. So really great turnout so far, and I think that will continue. So anyway, I'll post up here, I guess, the Masters crit that went a little bit better for me, and I had hopes of contributing for my teammates' efforts in that crit, so it didn't go very well, and I didn't really get to contribute, but I'll probably post that here in just a bit too. So anyway, thanks for dropping by. Leave a comment if you'd like, or if you have a question or anything. I do like comments because then it tells me somebody watched the video and had something to say. So I'm not super motivated to do videos like I used to. Don't really know that they add all that much, but you know, habit's a habit. This is my new GoPro, by the way. Only set on 1080p so I could maximize battery life just in case I was in the crits for a very long time, which I wasn't. But yeah, it's all cool. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.